What is up, guys? It's Twin
Twin
Soul
Soul
Poets.
Poets.
We are your go-to couple for love and relationship advice
Dope spoken word poetry
and
and uplifting
uplifting
content.
content.
It's so uplifting.
Uplifting content. Get your spirits uplifted. Today, we have got for you guys some crazy twin flame manifestation stories from our personal experiences of things that we did right before we met each other that we feel or definitely played a powerful part in that coming together. So hopefully this will inspire you to get out there and get some of your intentions and manifesting energy flowing to bring that kind of love into your life. And they're just pretty cool stories.
Yes, I think these stories will absolutely inspire you all who are wanting to manifest your soulmates and your twin flames, that you can do it too. But before we get into it, please like this video if you enjoy what we're sharing and subscribe to our channel. That will help us grow, that'll help us spread the twin flame love, and you are a part of that mission, and we thank you so much.
Special thanks and shout out to our subscriber Arachnid Zero, who's given us plenty of really awesome suggestions in the comments
We love
section
your
and just
feedback.
tons of like really awesome support and love. And so like yeah, it's you know that you are inspiring us when you give us really cool suggestions and ideas of what you'd like to see that helps
Absolutely.
fuel us.
Definitely.
Story time.
Back in 2012, which was 8 years ago. Can you believe it was 8 years ago? It's insane.
No.
I had just broken up with someone, wah wah, and I was feeling down. Obviously, breakups suck. I was just sad because I knew that I really wanted to meet the love of my life, my soulmate, my twin flame, even, and I just was feeling down about it. And I'd gone with my parents to this Unity church they go to. It's like a non-denominational kind of spiritual center. And after the service, I went out behind the building, and they have this beautiful garden there. And I was out there by myself. No one else was around. And I just looked up at the sky and said, God, universe, I don't know if this person that I was just with was the right one or if there's someone else that is coming, but if you could just please give me a sign, I would really appreciate it so I can have some peace about this. So I found this really beautiful spot with this bench, and I went to sit down. And as soon as I sat down, something bit me. And something bit me. And of course, I turned around to see what it was. And when I looked, I didn't see the bug, the offending bug, but I saw this plaque on the bench. And guys, the plaque on the bench said, "I will send him to you." Oh! That, I was like in awe. Like in that moment, this peace just like flooded over me. And I knew I'd gotten my answer, which was amazing. Like I wish I always got my answers that quickly because it was just like
Right.
instantaneous. And I just knew that he was coming. I didn't have to keep looking and searching and wondering and worrying. Like he was coming. All I had to do was trust and know and trust that that was true. So the first time we told this story on our social media, we gotten featured on the Instagram page, The Way We Met, which is an awesome page, by the way. Definitely follow and support them. When we posted this story, like some people didn't believe that it was true. So what we're gonna do now, thanks to my amazing sister, I mean, it does sound like we made it up, but I didn't. It really happened. So I'm going to insert here a video of my sister actually at the bench. Shout out Emma, thank you. Thank you for recording this right here.
The bench does exist.
Here we are, y'all. Y'all thought we was playing around. Here is the bench in the flesh. Not playing no games. Y'all want to find the one? Come sit on this bench right here. This very bench is where it's all at.
So from the time that I got this sign to the time that I actually met Hamilton, I think was about 8 to 10 months, somewhere in there. So it's just amazing to me. Like even when I tell this story now, it still inspires me for other things in my life, and I love sharing it with other people because if it can inspire someone to believe that they can create the kind of love in their life that they want, like I'm gonna keep telling this story, and it makes me happy, and it makes me like believe in magic, believe in, that we're connected to more than we can see with the eye.
what I like about it is I think it's a great reminder of like just the simple power in asking for help or asking for what you want, even if you don't know particularly who you're talking to, or if you're not super into prayer or whatever. Just asking out loud, it does seem to open up doors and get you answers. And I say that to myself, that's something that I personally, one of my biggest struggles personally, I think, is asking for help. And I've noticed that when I do, I get some pretty powerful answers like that sometimes, almost instant. That's just an amazing example. But while we're on the topic of manifesting our soulmate, around that same time period, I had not met Ingrid either, but around this period when she was feeling down and praying to the sky and getting bit by mysterious
that bug,
bugs.
like, can I just say that bug was like a gift? That bug was like a part of the
bug?
plan. Like the universe is like, bite this girl.
You got bit
I'm
by
gonna
the
give
love
you this
bug.
attention.
Yeah. Who placed that bug there? Like,
Bite this
his
girl.
whole life led up to
Right.
That's
amazing.
weird. Anyway.
Thank you to that bug, whatever. It
Yeah,
was.
shout outs to the love bug. But so around that time, I had been coming through like a very dark night of the soul, and I was learning about like David Data's writings and things
Check
about
him out.
divine masculine and different ways to approach sex and
Being
things.
in your purpose.
Yeah, being in your purpose, utilizing your sexual energy in a creative and empowering way. And it was really kind of like blowing my mind. Around that time, I wrote this poem, which in hindsight very much looks like a call to the universe. I was just sort of free flow writing when I wrote it, and didn't think much of it. But after I reread it after the fact, I was like, oh, be mine. I want to be open to God by your consciousness. So let this be divine. Redefine what love is with every kiss. Kiss like you hold salvation in your lips. Touch me with the very essence of life in your fingertips. I cannot accept anything less than everything. And so I wait, meditate, feeling the will become one with fate, and I prepare to be yours, to be divine. For you, I redefine true self.
It's a great poem.
And so
Dope
that
spoken
was-
word poetry.
dope somewhere. That just seems like a call out to the universe, and that she sort of answered, right? Like she just showed up months after that, and it very much felt like the type of relationship that I was asking for in
Yes.
this poem.
And the cool thing
Nothing
is
less than everything. It's always been that type of connection. And
well, we were asking for this around the same time, and like where we want to take this for you guys is to consider that, like, before we were even aware of each other, on a physical way, we were already connecting and asking for each other. So like, consider that as you're asking, there's somebody else asking. Like, this person that you're wanting to come into your life, they're asking for you too. They're
they're
most
out
likely
there somewhere, they're living their life.
I say this all the time, like, they're not going to appear when you meet them. They are on this earth right now doing something. They are on this earth right now, preparing for you. Whatever is going on in their lives is preparing them to meet you and to have that connection. And that was such a comforting realization for me. And I think like the secret is that in between time, keeping yourself in faith, keeping yourself, we have a lot of tools and tips on our Instagram page, like how to keep your vibration up, how to keep the expectation going so that you don't fall into the where are they, And of course, having signs like that was helpful.
Yeah. And asking for what you want, Again, like, that's something I really struggle with still, But like that me writing that was a rare example of me getting just really clear, instead of being so down and focused on a lonely space that I was in. I just had this moment of like, this is what I want. I saw this, I was reading these things, and I was like, yeah, I want that. And but then you got to ask for it. And then If you don't know how to get it, ask for help.
Share it with people that you know. Tell a few friends you haven't told that you're looking for love, because you don't know if one of those people might introduce you to that person. If
Right.
you're not sharing this, there's no one way to ask, but like
Yeah.
writing it like Hamilton did is great. Asking out loud, prayer if that's for you, meditation if that's for you, acting as if you know,
Vision
getting
boards are
vision boards.
great.
There's so many ways to ask. So just do whatever resonates with you, but ask. Put it out there, have the courage to open yourself. And the one thing that came to me that I think was part of the reason that this was so powerful was the humility of it, and like kind of the rawness of emotion. I was in a pretty raw emotional state. I was, you know, my heart was
Same.
aching. I was really just wanting this love, and I asked from that humble place, like, I don't
Same.
know. I don't know if this was right or if something else is right, but I just need a sign. Please just give me this, you know, thank you. And I remember saying thank you afterwards, and also to be grateful when they come along. And when you're looking for these signs, it's important to just be aware. Like, they can come in a multitude of ways. It could be a tiny little bug, or it could be a huge message. Very literal, or very kind of, I guess, symbolic. So just being aware, maybe keeping a little journal, writing down the different impressions and ideas, things that people say to you. You ever had one of those times when somebody says something and it's like some God's talking to them or something, where they're like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
those moments can happen. Just be excited for how these answers might show up.
I think the universe also appreciates when you are acknowledging and appreciating the little breadcrumbs it's leaving for you. It gives you more.
Yeah, the more you notice it, the more it shows up
Yeah.
every time. So that was our story time. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know if this inspired you. If you start getting your own signs and synchronicities, like, we would love to hear about them. Maybe even share them if you'd like on our channel, so we can share people who are having success
Yeah.
with asking for what they want, with love and their twin flame or soulmate, whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest in your life. And as always,
Like and subscribe.
like and subscribe.
Yes. Subscribers really help us.
They
a
really
lot.
do. We're so our goal. We're gonna ask. We want
Yeah.
1,000 subscribers so that we can become like a legit, you know, up and running channel. So that we can actually start to support ourselves with this work, because that's our goal. Between this and our acting and our performing and poetry, like, we want to be able to do this full time. So
Yeah.
I'm asking the universe of YouTube to support us and to help us get to our goal of 1,000, and then
Yes,
maybe
I
one day
second that.
100,000.
Then after that, it'll be, yeah.
Sky's the limit.
100,000.
But, you know, we'd love to start with you. And we thank you.
Yes.
And we can't wait to see you next time, right, baby?
That's right.
Peace.
Peace and love.
You like my cute pants, baby?
Hell yeah.